Hi, this is Billy with Real Time Fishing and also Real Time Custom Rods, our new little venture we got going on. And I'm just getting started on one for my son-in-law actually. We're matching the blank, which is a gray, to the rod seat, which is a gray. And I have reamed out this 9-inch cork handle in cork 4 handle with a tapered sanding jig made just for that, because these rods are tapered. Naturally, it fits in there good and snug. We got a real high quality reel seat here. And what we're going to do as we move along, I also like to use one of my pet peeves when I was fishing a lot is I would use weedless paddle tails or jerk baits or something, and you had to take it off the hook to get it on the hook keeper. Here you can keep the hook inside your bait, your soft bait, and just loop it around it, and you don't have to ruin your setup for that. So that was important to me. This is the reel that's going on, and it's a Penn Fierce 4, and it's going to sit on here. And we have laid out all the guides with this blue tape, as you can see. And there's a relationship between the size of this spool and where these guide placements are. And there's a mathematical formula, and you measure this, and that's where your first stripper, or your choke guide is actually the third one up. That's your choke guide. This is your stripper guide. This is just an intermediate guide between those two guides. These are all your running guides, all the way down to the end, and we'll have a tip on the end of that. As we go along, we're going to customize this rod for him, and actually I've got one over here that I'm just getting finished on. Hopefully we'll do some kind of a wrap similar to this. It's called a chevron wrap. This is Carolina blue. I'm going to probably do it in Carolina blue for my son-in-law because he is a Carolina fan. This one is just about finished. We just got to do some final touches. We've got the first coat of poly on the threads, and I like to put 2 good thick coats of poly and point it up and get all the hair and the fuzzies and things that get in the poly just in the air. So that's where we're headed. Give you a quick synopsis. Right now we're at a point I'm going to put the guides temporarily on the blank. I'm going to rig it up with the spool, the reel, and a weight. We're going to go out and cast it. We're going to do a static test before that though inside and see if the guides look proper on the reel or on the rod. Then we're going to go out and cast it. You can make adjustments. If we don't get 50 to 55 yards in the cast, we're going to make some adjustments and hope to get that, because you should be throwing 150 to 160, 65 feet anyway. So that's where we're headed. As you know, in trout fishing, they're wary. We want a long cast. The longer cast you can do, the better you are, because you don't have to be that close to the fish. So stick with us. Okay, we're back. I'm going to be putting the rod or the guides on the rod now. This is the very first one. It's called the stripper. The stripper guide. It's the first one that mine hits. And what you're trying to do, as you can see, is you're trying to get the rod that is going in this direction here at the reel seat to a straight direction by the time it gets to the end of this rod and off the reel tip. So that's the stage we're at right now, and I'll just be putting these on. This is temporary till we cast it and see where it's going to sit, and we'll take it from there. Okay, last guide. This is the tip top. What I do is I get little shards of this glue, tip top glue. It's a stick. I actually put it down in there instead of putting it on the rod itself. Then I take my lighter, heat it up, and it melts down in there. Doesn't take but a second. Then I'll stick it right on the rod. Couple of twists, good to go. It's there to stay. Okay, we're doing a static load on the rod now. What I've done is I've got the actual reel that's going on the rod, and I'm looking at my placement of my guides. What I'm looking for is to make sure the line conforms to the rod the same. You don't have any sudden bumps where it's too deep. This looks pretty good. I don't see anything that really needs adjustment right now. It's like it's going, the line and the rod are going in parallel pretty much. So we're going to take this thing outside now. Okay, here we are out here in the yard. Reel, rod, guides in temporary place. We're going to see how it goes. First cast on the new rod. Okay, let's go out there and see how far we got there, Matthew.
$58. So right here to your rod tip when I let it go.
That's about 60.
Yes, about 60.
And that was about 60 yards. So we're going to do one more and see how it goes this time. I'm going to try to give it a little bit harder cast than I did then, just to see if I can beat that. This isn't high vis line, so you can't tell where it really goes out here in this green grass, and it's a moss green 10-pound braid. Okay, let's do it. Okay, that's 65 of his steps. Let's assume he's doing about 3 feet, but even if he's a little short, still we're out there probably between 62 to 65 yards. And I was actually counting the reel turns because this brings this thing in, I think, 33 inches per turn. So one turn is about 3 feet again, and I think I got 67 of these. So we're at 62, 63 yards, which is a pretty good cast. So we're going to go with that. We're going to go back in the shop, the rod shop, and we're going to go ahead and start wrapping these rods and keeping them right where they are with no further adjustment. Thank you. Okay, I'm starting to wrap the guides now. I'm going to put a silver trim band, then I'm going to follow that with a Carolina blue trim band, then the rest of the guide wrap is going to be in black. So that's how I'm getting started on right now. wrapped up. Everything's been nice and wrapped. Two band, one guide wrapped, one up the guide, all the way to the end. Next comes, we'll do another decorative wrap down here, probably a chevron wrap. Put a hook keeper right there, and then we'll put on the epoxy. Okay folks, here we are. I'm starting the chevron wrap on my son-in-law's custom fishing rod. Got everything laid out, and this is a 2-axle chevron wrap, and I'm just now starting with the Carolina blue, and I'm going to carry this right on through. This process for me takes, this whole wrap will take me a couple of hours, just because, 2 reasons. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and number 2, I just haven't done that many. I ain't never done any. Well, I've done some, but I haven't done many. So, we'll fast forward through a lot of this. After you get the idea of what we're doing, you'll start seeing that chevron take place and congeal a little bit, if you will. Got a custom fishing rod, kind of needs to look custom. So you kind of add these things. It's a really good blank that we're wrapping here. Get all this stuff in the hole. Rod building supplies. Okay, folks, here's the finished product. Chevron blue, Carolina blue theme. Custom made for that gentleman right there. And it is going to get some epoxy put on it right now. And we're going to be done. This is the finished product. Just got the epoxy put on it. This is at the drying stage where you rotate all the rods at about 8 or 9 RPMs. I've actually got another rod up here that I haven't been filming. A little different than a Chevron, it's just bands. This is the one I've been filming. I hope to deliver that tomorrow, which will be July 4th. And it will be all done. Any kind of luck at all. Thanks for watching, folks. I know it's been a long video. If you need any custom rod work, you want a custom rod, give me a call. Billy at Real Time Custom Rods now. It is, my number is 252-229-5572. Give me a call. Thank you.